Hello everyone, hi, how are you guys doing today? Welcome back to another reaction episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This is Red Life, my name is Matt. Hello. Last time on a Buffy, she met up with Angel, but we don't know what happened, so maybe that'll come back or not, I don't know. We had a very interesting episode that I actually quite liked, in which Buffy struggled to just find a place in life, kind of. So she tried to go to academia, she tried to get some jobs, either helping their friend's shop or helping Sender out at his job, and she failed at all of it. And given part of the reason why she failed so quickly is because she was being targeted by the I'm just referring to them as the Nerd Triumvirate, because I have no better like name for that team of antagonists that we have right now, the Three Stooges. So she got targeted by them, and they were trying to make her life hard for no reason, really. They just wanted to fuck with her because, I don't know, they're Power Rangers villains. Like they just wanted to fuck with her. I mean, they are trying to fuck with her because they're like, well, we're trying to take over the town, and she is like the town's superhero, so we have to get through her, so we should try to get as much information on her as we can, and we should like try to take her down any way we can, so we're gonna make her life miserable, whatever. Like, dude, it's just almost silly. It really is very silly. So they were trying to fuck with her, and they did. And Buffy got to suffer through many life experiences that were exacerbated by these three idiots. However, like I mentioned in that episode's discussion, I feel like they kind of did not matter that much. They accelerated Buffy coming to the realization that she hates every single aspect of everything that she's doing, right? Like, even if those guys didn't interfere, the guys at the construction site were still like incredibly misogynist. Even if they didn't interfere, Retail would have still sucked ass, and Retail is already kind of a time loop, so it kind of didn't matter. She just ran through the entire Retail experience in a single like hour. That was actually like, I don't know how many hours it was for her. So yeah, she just like already experienced all those things that would have led her to the realization of like, yeah, I don't want to do this, you know? She already hated being in class with Willow. She couldn't follow anything, even if they hadn't put mating heaven on her. Like, Buffy is just doesn't fit here. She didn't even fit with Spike, and she went to Spike. She was that desperate. She wanted to fit in somewhere. She was like, well, Spike is the outcast, and he's doing, you know, cool nighttime shit, so I guess I'm gonna go with him, and maybe we'll just punch some demons or something. And then she goes to him, and he's just like playing poker with demons for kittens, and she's like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, I don't want to do that either. Like, I don't fit anywhere. So Buffy's desperate, and at the end of the episode, we got told that Giles is gonna die or something. That's the way I saw that scene, which is at the very end, Giles approaches Buffy, and Buffy's at her lowest almost, and Giles is like, hey, it's gonna be okay, you know. He's so cool. He's Buffy's dad basically, and he gave her a check for an amount of money that Buffy had to accept because you know, she's kind of desperate. So that happened pretty good, but as that happened, Buffy was like, man, Giles, I'm so glad that you're here with me, and I'm glad that you're always gonna be here with me, and I'm glad that you have a family to go back to. I'm glad that you are one day away from retirement. I'm glad that you have a secret that the whole war hinges on, you know, etc., etc. You know, they said it in such a manner that made me feel like, oh man, he's fucking dead. And the way that played out, it was interesting because she said that, and then it like the camera kind of stuck on Giles, and Giles had like some sort of expression that it made me think that like Giles was just diagnosed with cancer or something. Like, I don't know, like something like that. Like, Giles is thinking to himself like, this is not gonna last long, and she doesn't know that, but I'm trying to make it the best I can for her. However, what I thought about is that would be too close of a repeat as what happened with Joyce. So maybe they don't want to do that. But so I was thinking like, okay, maybe the reason why Giles has that kind of expression is because Giles is thinking about just leaving, like actively leaving. He's like, you know, I don't want to be here. I want to live my life. I want to go hang out with my friends and stuff in the UK. Maybe he has that lady that we saw him hook up with a couple of times in season 4. Like, maybe that she wants to go live with her. Like, maybe he wants to move on in life and actually be happy instead of just being stuck here to watch her duty. But at the same time, I feel like he wouldn't just leave his paws like that And more specifically, I don't think he would leave Buffy if he had the choice. So I don't know if he would do that. So he has to die in order for him to leave the show. And I already spoke it, like, I already said like a couple times why I think he's leaving the show. He's not even in the credit sequence. So yeah, that is concerning to me. That ending to that episode was very concerning to me. I don't know where we're going and I'm afraid for it. However, I am really enjoying the season so far. It is really just so far Buffy's ending being disturbed, being forcibly ripped back, and then now we have to keep puppeting the show. Like Buffy the show and Buffy the character are still being puppeted for entertainment, and it's just like, man, I was done. Like, why am I still going? And then we have her having to deal with the reality of like, shit, now I have to be an adult, I have to get a job, I have to pay for like mortgage and shit. Like, oh my god, like what the fuck is this? And our antagonists are a bunch of privileged nerds that are just really fun to follow. I hate them and I love to hate them. It's kind of a fun dynamic that also like descales the like power level of the show, kind of. I'm just being reminded here. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this. I had a conversation with my editor when we finished season 5. My editor told me, like, I wonder what we're gonna do here moving forward, because like Lori was a god. So where do you go after a god? And I'm sitting here thinking, and I was thinking about JoJo. I was like, well, like it doesn't really matter because like the point of the story is not like how tough is the opponent that Buffy has to face and still overcome it. That's not the story. The story is the story of Buffy's life. So like, if we just focus on that, like it doesn't fucking matter what the antagonist says. And if the entire season is gonna be these 3 idiots, that's 100% on the money. Like these 3 idiots are not that big of a threat. They are a threat to the scale that we need them to be, which is an annoyance to Buffy's life. And the entire show is just like, how is Buffy dealing with life? So that's kind of it. And a lot of it is just, she's already like dealing with a lot just by virtue of just being a young adult trying to survive. Like, that's it. Okay, I spoke too long here. Long intro, sorry. Let's just go watch the episode. Patreon, check out the Patreon, link in the description below, up on the screen. You can support the channel. You can watch the next 2 episode reactions already early on. You can watch Angel watch-alongs and full-length reactions to Buffy. I'm gonna go and watch the episode now. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, season 6, episode 6. Let's go.
Previously,
Anya,
The wedding stuff.
This beautiful ring. Why should I care about any of this? Because they'll take you away.
Oh god, child services are coming in. Halloween! Oh god. What bullshit is gonna go down this Halloween?
careful of me, mateys.
Of course the magic shop is like fucking packed on Halloween.
Real pirates live on boats and don't look stupid.
Hello, Ahab, a little help, please.
And help ye shall have.
So what are you supposed to be? An angel. This is a special kind of angel called a Charlie.
I'm just saying you might want to rethink the stereotype before someone turns you into a toad. While you're at it, why don't you try removing that broomstick from your... Come on. If I see one more idiot that thinks witches are all hairy moles and rotten teeth...
Excuse me, do you have any candy corn?
Yell at this child.
Look at you. You are just the cutest thing. With the hat and the wart. Let's go. Fill your tummy up with sugary niblets, okay?
I would have loved it if she just started yelling at this child. Oh god, a cursed talisman. Or whatever. I don't know why it made me think of the like talisman from like the Jackie Chan animated series. Any of y'all watch that? I watched that when I was a kid. It fucking slapped.
Oh. What are you doing lurking down here?
Running low on berberweed. Stir it in with the blood. Makes it all hot and spicy.
Oh, he needed some seasoning. Okay.
Well, I was gonna pay for it.
Where's the mandrake root?
Oh, he knows. He sneaks in here and steals shit all the time.
Feel like a bit of the rough and tumble.
What?
Patrolling. Hello.
Oh. I should stay.
It's not like I don't already have plans.
So much easier to talk to when he wanted to kill me.
The relationship was much simpler.
Go help Giles.
What happened to Xander?
He kept poking me with his hook.
Just take the hook off, man.
We've got a ton of bagging to do here.
Actually, Spike had a really good idea. You know, maybe I should.
She's going on patrol because fuck doing this.
Besides, it's Halloween. It's the one time of the year that supernatural threats give it a well-deserved rest, as should you.
Okay, what's happening this Halloween? It's funny that they go like, well, nothing happens Halloween. Everything always happens on Halloween. Please keep off the grass. No solicitors. So what did this man buy?
Happy Halloween. Give you something special this year.
What are you cooking? That man is good. We didn't see anything weird and creepy from him. If the music hadn't been creepy, then there would be no indicator that he would be evil. So because of that and because of the rest of the show, I think he's good actually.
Come again. In a zillion years.
Store go boom.
That was the most incredible thing I have ever experienced.
Oh my god, she loves it.
What you all did for me tonight. The astounding heaps of money you helped me. Us. Acquire. I hope we make as much tomorrow.
Room's all round then.
Or I could whip up a jaunty self-cleaning incantation. It'll be like Fantasia.
You know, if you had a real peg leg, you'd actually be lame, which is completely different than...
You do this every night? Every time I close out the cash register.
I'm gonna marry that girl.
What? She's 15 and my sister, so don't eat... Oh.
Girl.
Hey, everybody. There's something Anya and I want to tell you. We're getting married.
I thought you were waiting for the right moment.
I did.
It was a moment of just staring at her being silly with money and being like, you know what? Yeah.
Did you know about this?
That's kind of cool actually.
No. Unless I blocked it from my memory. Much as I will Xander's vigorous use of his tongue.
Is that why you're always cleaning your glasses? So you don't have to see what we're doing?
Tell no one.
Giles, this is...
And then they gave me this.
Which I'll be paying for the rest of my life.
Can I try it on?
Oh, absolutely not.
Where I come from, this sort of thing requires much in the way of libation.
God save the Queen.
Sorry we couldn't do the big fancy.
Oh, that's okay. There'll be lots more. With gifts.
Sure, maybe we'll even have time to decorate for the next one. Why wait? Haarute Townland.
Oh, I guess it worked. Sure. Alright.
Thank you.
The grocery store's still open. We could have bought decorations there.
Why bother? These are perfect.
They're great. It's just
Like, you just summon matter out
use
of
magic when you
nowhere.
can do something naturally.
Well, you can fight monsters naturally. Sticks and stones.
It's different
How?
because you're protecting people, keeping them from being hurt, which makes them happy.
Like pretty decorations made
I like this. This is nice.
Why are you being like this?
Willow, I just wish that you would stop and think about what you're.
Sorry. Just checking on the chips.
It's okay.
Accidentally walking into a... Oh, that's a bad one.
I can't believe it. I was only out of commission for 3 months. Many other things have changed since I've been away.
I got a tattoo.
What?
Which is why we told her no.
Just a little one?
Over my dead body. The kind that doesn't come back.
She can get at that too.
See you guys tomorrow?
Tomorrow?
I'm sleeping over at Genesis, remember? Come on, you said I could.
I don't know. Giles?
It's really not up to me.
Yeah, what does he have to say any of this?
It's 4 blocks away. I'll walk straight over. Not like I'm gonna be roaming the streets.
She's gonna be roaming. Antagonist or Spike?
Hey!
Summers. So where are we meeting?
The park.
That's where all the
Okay.
monsters gather on Halloween.
Okay, they're gonna party. Guess.
Nice shot.
Hey, baby.
Hey, Zach, this is my friend Dawn I was telling you about.
Hey, Justin.
I know. I've seen you around at a couple of parties.
Hey, we'll catch you guys later.
Alone at last.
Don't like that.
What do you guys want to do?
Yeah, 3 points. Woo! Come on.
This is not ideal.
So what's the verdict, Captain? We were Justin in love? I don't know. She's cute.
Hey, you think when we're done with this juvie crap, maybe we can do something else? I'm getting kind of bored.
Just one more.
Oh, okay. What's Sandra thinking about?
Anya's a wonderful former vengeance demon, I'm sure. It's been many years of non-hell dimensional bliss. You know, with your combined incomes, you might think about a down payment on a house. You've got the rest of your life to plan the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Now it's sinking in. We were just worrying about the announcement. Now we're worrying about like, oh shit, the reality of it is sinking in.
You go first.
Screw that.
Hey, lay off, man. If she doesn't want to...
I'll do it.
Get away from her.
Come on inside, kids. Got something special for you.
We are so not going in there.
Dude, where'd you get the cool toys?
Used to design them back in '58. I was good. And then that thing happened. One little mistake.
What happened, old man?
They took my toys.
Ominous.
Who wants to help Daddy in the kitchen? How about you, Sally?
Sally's not much for the cooking. Why not give you a hand?
Always use more hands.
The thing is that everything about this man is like weirdly creepy, but I don't know if I should follow that line of reasoning or if I should expect the show to just not do that. He's drinking. That might be water. It's kind of see-through. No, it's not. Creepy naive.
Boom.
Yeah. I am not surprised at all.
What the hell was that?
Let's go.
Oh, what happened?
I swiped his wallet when he wasn't looking. Come on.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Dude, that guy was rank. So what do you think? Lunchables? Or should we go all the way and turn them?
Now that we have shown the audience that they are vampires, we can talk openly.
Immortal life being so short, we gotta cram in as much marital bliss as we can before we wither and die. Planning the wedding and new cars, house and babies.
Sanders just like, wait, hold on. We're moving too fast.
Yeah, you gotta know what to call them before they hit college.
Ah, Rupert is an exceptionally strong name.
Good vote.
We want our progeny to eat paste and have their lunch money stolen.
Oh my god.
Look, all that matters is that they're happy.
Let's just be happy for them.
Air. Sweet mother oxygen.
Kind of having a panic attack. The realization of everything is just kind of coming right now.
I didn't think it'd be so much.
Yeah.
But this is good. Anya's right. This is the way life's supposed to work out.
Right. Okay. So, once more into the breach.
I'm gonna take Spike up on that offer to patrol.
Here, spoils of war. You earned it. And so begins her life of crime.
Yeah.
Add to the bone.
More like frozen here.
Thanks.
Hey, where's Zach?
He went to get the car. Thanks for the ride.
The old guy.
Losing your pulse. Let's get her in.
Oh.
Summer's resident?
Yeah, okay. I'm thinking that this is maybe how social services intervene now.
That was Janice's mother on the telephone. Apparently, Janice said that she was staying here the night. Sander, Anya, you stay here in case Mrs. Penshaw calls again. Willow, Tara, you check downtown. I'll swing by Spikes, see if I can catch Buffy.
Like, if this girl dies, which she very well could, then
I love it when they
she's
run.
transforms. Yeah. Yeah, if that girl, something happens to her, then Dawn gets in trouble because it's like, well, she was the one kind of at fault. That's how the parents are going to spin it. And then it's like, oh, this is a troubled child. Buffy cannot keep her in check.
Hey, does this work?
You gotta turn the ignition.
I love this one.
Yeah. Another thing we have in common.
What do you expect?
You just got to the same place. Okay.
Wow.
Oh my god. That was your first.
No.
It was. That was your first kiss.
I've been kissed before. Not that I'm a kiss slut. Just, you know, with
She's such a teenager. She's such a kid.
Okay, it was my first kiss. So just please tell me how awful it was.
It was perfect.
Okay, thank God I cut away from that. Star Wars.
Do they know their brother and sister? Come on, let's look over here. Maybe we could ask security to... No, that'll take too long.
Yes, a spell.
What are you doing, Will? I'm just gonna clear the crowd. I'll just shift everyone who isn't a 15-year-old girl into an alternate dimension. What?
Willow is gonna like get people killed sooner or later at some point.
But what would Giles say? Scott, are you taking his side now? You two have been talking about me behind my back.
Oh, God.
You know how that makes me feel?
Willow, you are using too much magic. What do you want me to do? Just sit back and keep my mouth shut?
Well, that'd be a good start.
If I didn't love you so damn much, I would. To Callum.
Okay.
Tara!
Like, Willow is going to get someone killed sooner or later. Like, I don't want it to happen, but she needs something to slap her in the face.
Ow.
Sorry.
Bit her a little bit.
It's okay, as long as it's not bleeding.
Well, we're gonna have a problem with that. Not gonna lie, I'm uncomfortable enough with this scene to just want to pull up my phone and not look. Transform. Yeah, okay.
We got trouble.
Yeah, it's Dawn.
Dawn?
Dawn and a little friend pulled a Houdini, up to a bit of candy corn mischief, I suspect.
We have to find her.
Weapons. Okay.
Mist, cemetery, Halloween. Should end well. Oh! Bloody right.
Every scene, I'm just worried for Giles, is the thing. Is it Dawn or is it Dawn's friend? I think it's Dawn's friend.
Dawn! Dawn, are you alright? Janice?
Bit me.
Like you weren't asking for it.
I feel certain she wasn't.
What do you know about a grandpa?
Quite a bit, actually.
Yeah, quite a bit. You just fucking killed him!
Dude, that sucks.
That's a great dying line, I have to say.
Dawn. Where's Dawn?
Dawn!
Get off me!
Dawn! Wait! Wait!
What do you mean, wait?
You're not like other girls. There's something special about you. I just want to be close to you. It's okay. It only hurt for a second.
I bet you say that to all the girls.
Giles? Oh.
You have a choice, son.
Mm.
We can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hot.
Was this a setup? They kidnapped Dom in order to try to get the Slayer and then ambush her. They're ambushing Giles instead.
What were the choices again?
So, is a private
Okay.
game or
Cool.
Are you?
Alright, we're all
Were
here.
you parking with a vamp?
Well, I didn't know it was a vampire at the
I
time.
didn't know he was dead.
Living dead.
Shut up. I don't believe you.
Oh, like you've never fallen for a vampire?
Excuse me, can we fight now?
Didn't anyone come here to just make out? You run.
why were those people there?
Die, Slayer.
So quick.
Your sister's a Slayer?
Did they not even know that? Was this just a big coincidence? There's just a bunch of vampires here for no reason?
What is your malfunction, man?
It's Halloween, you nit. We take the night off. Those are the rules.
Me and mine don't follow no stinking rules. We're rebels.
See how that works out for you, man.
No, I'm a rebel. You're an idiot.
I don't know why for a second I thought he would just pull out a Glock and shoot him. With an antenna? Sure. Weird ass weapon. Hell yeah. That's a Yakuza heat move, except this one actually decapitates you. It's Janice. And Janice is a vampire now.
Trick or treat.
Oh no, it's this guy. Right, we haven't killed him yet.
Give me something good to eat.
I thought you really liked me.
I do. And you like me too.
I do.
Yep. Good move. Man, I gave my first kiss to that guy.
So, big monster bashing? Sorry we missed it.
Yeah, we were busy arguing.
I think I'm gonna turn in. Good night.
Tara.
She's taking it pretty hard.
Well, it's not surprising. So we can't ignore this kind of behavior.
You're right. I'm glad you're here to take care of it. Don't be too hard on her, okay?
She's offloading on Giles. She's just put Giles into like the father position, which he kind of is, but like this is really not his business.
We need to have a conversation.
This is the part where you tell me you're not angry, just disappointed.
Pretty much, except for the bit about not being angry.
I'm sorry, okay? What do you want me to do? Reverse time and take it back? Because I could probably... Joke.
You know what? Can we not do this now?
Okay. Let's just forget it ever happened.
Are you gonna do a spell to make her forget that it happened?
Forget.
Of course.
Cold. Better warm me up. So, you're not mad? About what?
Here's the thing though. I am starting to really hate Willow more than like most any other character we've ever met. I think it's very interesting the direction to take this character. I'm starting to really hate her because like this is actually very interesting. Yeah, so like the thing about Willow is that like what we're seeing here is really just an abusive relationship at this point then. She kind of has power over Tara. It's not that Tara is powerless, but it's Tara doesn't actually use her power on her partner because why would you? If you care about them and you love them, you wouldn't do that. Willow is not doing that. Willow is twisting the world, bending it in such a way that everything is the most convenient it could be for her. And that includes just straight up taking control away from Tara, as she did right there at the end. That is an abusive relationship. It really is. And I am starting to really hate Willow at this point, which is fascinating because I remember watching the first episode of the show and thinking to myself, like, damn, this is like the small bean character. Everybody probably loves Willow. So the direction to take Willow here this season is very interesting. Here's the thing though. I'm worried Tara's gonna die now. Because I'm thinking that like the only way to just slap Willow in the face in such a manner where she like wakes up is for her to actually be at fault and actually have some real consequences that have to be serious enough in order for her to change. And the number one way I'm thinking about it is like, well, she's gonna get either Giles or Tara killed. Tara because it's the one that would affect her the most. Giles because I think he's the one that's gonna leave the show sooner. But it's either or at this point. That's what I'm thinking. Or it could be anything else, right? It could be anything else. Like Willow right now is the number one antagonist of the show, I think, which is weird to say. Because like I'm looking at the fucking three nerds and I'm like, yeah, who gives a shit about them? Like they're annoying. I'm looking at Willow and I'm like, this is a ticking time bomb. I'm looking at Willow and I'm like, this girl is gonna do some fucked up shit and is gonna get somebody killed. And that is gonna be the number one like problem we're gonna have to deal with, right? So I think that she is the brewing antagonist that is just right now sitting in the like supporting role, and it's like that's not gonna like that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm feeling. It's fascinating to me. Because the thing about Willow is that, like, Tara is telling her these things. And Tara is also non-confrontational, so she doesn't really have the capability to maybe express herself and tell Willow the reasons why she shouldn't be doing this. But she gets to the point of it, which is like, what if something goes wrong? And Willow's like, well, it won't. Smile. And this is why Buffy should have told Willow. I mean, why would Buffy know this, right? But, like, this is why she should have told Willow. Like, actually, I was in heaven and you fucked me up. Right? Like, you shouldn't have done that. Because right now, Willow is thinking to herself, like, oh man, I am always right. And I am so powerful. I can bring back the dead. I literally have power over everything. The world bends to my will. That's kind of where Willow is at. Not necessarily consciously, more like subconsciously. That's where she's at. But I think that if you were to ask her, she would be like, well, like, yeah, like, why not? Right? Like, as was the case with Willow even before. A lot of Willow in season 5, and maybe even a little bit in season 4, it was a lot of, you know, like, why wouldn't I do this? Or why wouldn't we do this, you know? If we have the power, then why shouldn't we? And it's like, well, because you're not supposed to. Why am I not supposed to? Well, because somebody's gonna fucking die, girl. Like, that's why. Because there's, like, laws and rules to the nature of the universe that you're trespassing. Because you have this sense of like, tee-hee, I can do whatever I want. Because again, Willow was very nerdy and powerless and meek before. So now that she's coming out of her shell more, she's attaining power by becoming a very powerful witch, which she is. She's just gotten to the point where she's like, well, I can do whatever I want, right? Like, everybody always did whatever they wanted and I couldn't. And now I'm doing it. And it's like, well, I'm just doing what everyone does, right? This is just the way the world works. Which maybe even cuts into a little bit of I am stretching when I say this. By the way, this is a stretch, but maybe cuts a little bit into a view of the world being more individualistic than it actually is. And the reason why I'm saying that is because in this very episode, like, she had this moment where Tara said, like, you know, like, Giles is right or whatever. I don't remember. No, she was like, do you ask Giles about this or something like that? What would Giles say? That's what she said. And Willow had this moment of, oh, you and Giles have been talking behind my back. And it's just like, what? Like, I don't think we have gotten an indication of that. And like, I think that if that had happened, we would have seen it. I don't think we have. So that is just Willow just making up some shit. And even if that were to be true, that is still Willow just making up some shit. That is still Willow just imagining a situation that may or may not have happened and deciding that that must be the truth. That is just Willow imagining a situation that may or may not have happened and just deciding that that must be the truth. Which is, you know, again, Willow assuring herself that she's always right and she's always correct. But it's also just assuming that those around you, your loved ones, are actually out to get you, right? It's also this like weird individualistic point of view of like, you know, like, oh, of course everyone's against me. I'm alone in this world. And everyone, including my lover, who I'm fighting right now, is actually colluding with this guy that is also like one of my best friends and my teacher that I've known for years. And that I know he like cares deeply for all of us. They're colluding against me, you know, like they're talking behind my back. They're saying all these mean shit, you know, I'll show them. And it's like, what? I am very averse towards that kind of mentality because like that is like the mentality I have observed in like my abusive parent from when I was like 8 years old. It's like that kind of shit of like making up something as a reason to justify the treatment that you give them. It's like, yeah, she talks behind my back. She doesn't like what I'm doing, even though I'm correct. So I'll show her. I'll erase her memory, you know? Because I deserve this good treatment and she doesn't deserve to be this mean to me. Fuck her. Like, if she's gonna be against me, then I'm gonna be against her too. I'll show her right back. Oh my god. Oh, that made me uncomfortable. That really made me uncomfortable. I want to start a group. I want to start a gang here. Fuck Willow gang. who's with me. I think Tara would join, but because she would misunderstand the purpose of the group. She would just read the name of the group, and she would be like, "Yeah, I'm in." Wait. Is that what we're talking about? Okay, no, never mind. Anyway, yeah, so a lot of this episode was about Dawn, actually. And it's Dawn being just a teenager, just being a high schooler, really. And having this, I don't know, very American high schooler kind of situation of just going out with a guy you just met and kissing and, you know, deciding how far you want to go. And it's like, but what if that guy was a vampire? And it's like, okay. I do have to say though, I feel kind of happy with myself how like they show that old guy at the beginning of the episode, and immediately as soon as the credits started, I'm like, that guy is good. That guy is good. There's nothing wrong with that guy, because he walked into his house and the music was creepy, and he just walked into the kitchen and he just stared out the window and the music was creepy, and I'm thinking to myself, why is the music like weird? This old man is not doing anything. Like, the only indication that this is supposed to be something bad is that the music is creepy. If the music wasn't there, he's just literally watching a man walk into his home with, like, groceries and then being like, oh man, I'm gonna cook some stuff for the kids. Like, that's it. And like, there is a level of creepiness that you can grab from that of, like, you know, I'm gonna do some stuff with kids, you know, that's always creepy. But there was no indicator of anything that would necessarily be bad about this man. He just walked into his home with groceries. So I look at that, and I look at the show that I'm watching, and I'm like, he's gonna be good. Someone else is gonna be the bad one. And when they get into his house, he talks about this, like, you know, I used to make the children toys, and it used to make me so happy, you know, until the accident happened, and then they took him away, and then I couldn't work anymore, or whatever the fuck story he had. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, how far do we want to take this? And then immediately he just died, and it's like actually the guy, the teenager boy, the jock. He was the vampire, actually. He was evil. And I'm thinking to myself, like, yeah, I kind of expected that. like 100%. I wasn't certain that it would come right away, but it did. But it's so funny that the show just tried to lie to me like that. And, like, within 30 seconds, I was like, we're not doing that. Like, I know the way the show works. We're not doing that. Like, we do subversion to a comedic point. So, okay, a little more on Dawn. Dawn is being a little bit of a, you know, rebellious little shit. She's not a little shit, you know, she's actually quite polite. She's a little rebellious in the way that she's 15 years old. She's rebellious because she's 15. Like, it makes sense for a teenager to just be like that, honestly. Like, it's pretty normal. But Dawn runs into trouble. And that is a concern because, like, in this town, trouble just means death. Like, if you try to have one night out where you just go and fuck around, you're just gonna get killed. That's how Sunnydale works. So, like, I want to say that, like, in general, like, maybe you shouldn't freak out that much over a teenager just going outside and just doing whatever teenager stuff they do. You should concern a little when they lie to you like that. You should, actually. It should be this thing of, like, you know, I will allow you to go and do these things. That's completely fine. Just don't lie to me, you know? Don't lie. And then she got into trouble, and then we had to go rescue her. Which, like, and in this instance, like, they're right? Like, in the real world, that doesn't always happen. But in this instance, they're always right. Because it's like, oh yeah, if you try to do anything, you just get fucking killed. That's how Sunnydale works. Which, like, I feel like Dawn is smart enough in order to realize that she shouldn't do that, but she's also 15, so I guess that took over. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much I can talk about this, because to me this is like a very high school experience that I didn't have, to a very American high school experience that I also didn't have because I'm not American. 3, I kind of find it incredibly hard to empathize with any people in this environment of like either going outside and fucking around, throwing eggs like houses, or just partying, or wanting to hook up with like a guy you just met. It's like I don't really. Not really my thing. I never really had anything close to that. But I will say that it is tragic for Dawn to like have lived through an experience where she kind of liked that guy. She did. Like, she did. And then that guy turned out to be bad, turned out to be evil, wanted to turn her. And he also stole her first kiss. Not really stole because, you know, She was willing. She wanted it, actually. But she didn't know the extent of who that guy was at the time. I guess we can maybe grab this episode and say it's kind of an episode about abusive relationships a little bit. I don't know. Because, okay, Dawn is not really in a relationship, but, you know, she met a guy who was secretly abusive, that is to say a vampire. And he secretly wanted more than what Dawn wanted. And, you know, he would have gone for it. And then until they showed up to save her. And then on the other end, we got Willow and Tara, and Willow is just straight up an abusive partner to Tara. That's the thing, too. It's the, like, because I love Tara so much, that's making me hate Willow more. Like, I feel like I wouldn't... Okay, I'll try to be clear here, because, you know, people are always going to misunderstand some things unless I explain them very clearly. And even then, it won't help. But I really like what the story is doing with the Willow. I'm actually really enjoying this. I think this is a very interesting way, a path to take Willow's character, and I actually quite like it. I hate Willow as a person. That's where I'm at. I really, really do. That's where I'm landing here. And Willow started to lose me in like season 4 because I can see that Willow's character has been changing a lot. I like the nerdy, shy Willow. And this direction for Willow's character, it does make sense. And I do think it's very interesting. I don't necessarily like her anymore. And now that we have reached this point, it has gone from like me being like okay with her to me being like actively disliking her. Just being like, I don't like you, girl. I don't want to see you anymore. Stop hurting my Tara. That's how I feel. And I'm also worried because I feel like she's gonna get somebody killed. Because I think that if Willow got people killed, that wouldn't necessarily like dissuade her from what she's doing. If anything, she might double down. That is what some people do. And if this gets to happen in the show, call me a prophet. But that is what some people do, is that they will do something that has like real consequences. And then they're gonna, as a weird self-defense mechanism, as like a coping mentality, they're gonna go like, well, it's their fault, not mine, because I'm always right. Because if you accept that it's your fault, that means that you kill those people. So then you have to pin it on something else. And you kind of pin it on them. It's like, well, it's their fault for dying, you know? And then there's like no saving you. Then you're going too far. Then you're fucking gone at that point. And I can easily see Willow do that. Like if Willow gets some random extras killed in some episode, I can see Willow just deciding that it was their fault, not her. Willow wouldn't want to own up to it. That's what I'm thinking. So what I'm thinking is that in order for it to stick, it would have to be somebody that matters. It would have to be a name character in the show in order for it to actually stick. Characters in the chopping block. Giles, Tara, maybe even Anya. I feel like we can't kill Dawn. I feel like Dawn is too important in the position that was Buffy's sister. And I don't think we can kill any of the like trio of Buffy, of course. I mean, we can kill Buffy. We just won't keep her killed. She will return. And then Sander and Willow. I think Sander and Willow, I think they have to stay because they're the trio of the show. That's like the dynamic. You know, it's the Haarute, Sasuke, and Sakura. They have to stay. And I would say the same about Giles, but the thing is that Giles has, like, we have had enough things about Giles that makes me think that Giles is going to leave. That's like the unfortunate truth of it. So that's what I'm thinking. There's going to be real consequences and it's going to be down to that. That's the other thing I'm thinking. Okay, actually, I'm going to bring something from a conversation I had with my editor, actually. We were talking about the nerd trio, and one of my random things that I said is that I feel like the nerd trio is gonna they're gonna be annoying, and we're gonna find out who they are, and we're gonna face them, and when we do, we're just gonna wreck their shit. Because it's really just 3 losers. What the fuck are they gonna do? In a direct confrontation, we literally just shot them to a locker and that's it. But what I was thinking is that Willow might go so hard on them because it's like, well, they're bad and I'm not. So fuck them, right? I am allowed to do whatever the fuck I want with these guys because they're bad and I'm not. I'm always right. And it's this thing of maybe Willow is just gonna kill them in a way that she's literally gonna rip their heads off. And then everybody's just gonna turn around, look at Willow and go girl, what the fuck are you doing? It's gonna be a weird tonal dissonance of we're watching an episode of Scooby-Doo or something. And then suddenly I don't know, Velma rips somebody's head off. And it's this thing of like, whoa, what the fuck was that? Like, that's not what we're supposed to be doing. It's just 3 fucking idiots. Like, what are you doing? What? And like, that's what I'm thinking might happen also. That is also a possibility. Because like, I feel like we have these 3 nerds, and they are kind of, they're kind of bad, but I don't think that they matter that much in the grand scheme of things, because they're not really that big of a threat. I think the biggest threat is Willow. I think the biggest threat to this fucking show is Willow. And I think that we are going to like save Willow, bring Willow back to a more calm state, to a more human state, because I don't think we're turning Willow into the main antagonist and then we're just killing her off and then we're done. I think we fuck too much with the dynamic of the show if we do that. So I think that Willow is somebody who like we're gonna like bring back by making her realize that the weird mentality she has adopted is just wrong. And it's fucked up, actually. And the only way to do that is by incurring some kind of like, we have to antagonize her and then there has to be some kind of loss. That's what I'm thinking. So that is my current prediction for like the direction the season might be taking regarding Willow, or maybe just in general. Because like, I don't know what else to like imagine about like where's the season exactly gonna go. Like my prediction for the season right now that I'm like a couple episodes in, I'm thinking like it's gonna be about Buffy struggling to be an adult and finding a place to belong, as every young adult has experienced. Buffy's like in her like early 20s, so like now Buffy has to deal with the real shit that we had to deal with. So that's what I'm expecting, and she's already been dealing with that. But beyond that, I don't know what else to do. Right? Like we have 3 nerds and they're annoying, but like what else? They're not that big of a threat. I think the biggest thing that's brewing is Willow. It's just straight up Willow. Maybe what we're doing with Willow actually is we're gonna tell a story about abusive relationships from the perspective of the abuser, which is very interesting actually. We could do that. That is like, that lines up with what the show wants to do, because the show wants to have stories about that, people growing up and learning and changing and just struggling with life. And maybe we can have a struggle about a character that we like because is Willow, is one of our main characters, and now we have to see Willow in a position where she's actually an abuser. So like, how do we deal with that situation? Which would be interesting if that is the exact storyline we want to tell. But that makes me sad, because that means that we're throwing Tara to the wolves in order to tell that kind of story. Because the other story that we're telling is with Xander, is that Xander is having this feeling of like, oh shit, everything's moving too quickly, which is fun. I like that. So they finally announced that they're getting married. That's nice. I like them. Good for them. But at the same time, Xander is like, he's the one that decided this is the right moment. And I like that. I like that he saw Anya just fucking around with like watts of cash or whatever, but she's just being quirky and weird in the way that she always is. And Xander had a moment of like, that's the woman I'm gonna marry. That's the right moment. Like, it was this moment of like seeing Anya in like her purest state of being a fucking freak and being like, that's my girl. You know what? I'm 100% sure we're gonna do it. Fuck it. Let's go for it, baby. That was good. I like that. And Anya, at first I was like, she's a little confused, but then she's like, no, she's actually super happy. She's way into this. Like, as the episode went on, that she was like so into this. And I'm like, okay, that's good. That makes me happy. However, Xander started to become less into it the more the night went on, because Xander is starting to feel the like weight of like, wait, I didn't think this far ahead. I was just worried about the announcement or the idea of being married, but now it's like, oh, you're gonna have to worry about like these festivities we gotta arrange. There's a wedding and presents and stuff. Oh, we gotta maybe move to a house together. We have to measure up our incomes and say like, oh, okay, what can we afford? We have to look into all that shit. And it's like, wait, hold on, I wasn't thinking about that. I was just thinking about like the romantic idea of like, that's the woman I'm in love with and we're gonna marry and it's gonna be awesome. And it's like, yeah, but now all of the logical steps that you have to take in the real world when it comes to actually living, all of the tangible things that matter that you have to care about sooner or later, now we have to talk about them. And then sometimes like, wait, hold on, I wasn't thinking about that. Oh man, all of this is just coming on me way too quickly now. Like, I wasn't thinking that far ahead, which is kind of fun. I like that. I hope that they can tackle that together and they don't fuck up, or maybe it doesn't become too overwhelming. Like, I hope that they're fine. I hope that Sandra is fine with all that. Because like I do want them to be happy. I do want them to have this like good relationship, and I feel like I do. I feel like both of them have a very healthy relationship in the sense that they both clearly like one another. So I'm thinking. So I really want them to succeed, but at the same time, I'm like, I hope that the nervousness of like having to deal with all of this shit doesn't overwhelm Sander or Anya. It could happen. Even though it seems like Sander is the one that's being overwhelmed. Anya is very excited for everything. I have to say, okay, Anya, number one thing that I dislike about Anya is the capitalism. Number one thing that I'm liking about Anya, well, how literal she is, how very autistic coded she is. But maybe number two thing I really like about Anya is actually how much energy she has for anything. How eager she is to do anything. Like, they all just like fucking destroy their bodies working in retail all day. And at the end, she was like, yes, that was awesome. I love that. Thank you so much for making me so much money. And like, she's happy about the money, but she's also just happy that for everything that happened. Like, she has so much energy to do anything. She has such a like lust for life. She really genuinely enjoys all of these things that are very human that like maybe we fucking hate because it's part of the things that we don't like doing. And Anya is like, no, this is great. I love doing this. Let's do it. And everyone's like, oh, damn it. And that's something about Anya that I actually kind of like. It's a little infectious, you know? Her excitement is like, infectious. I'm very enjoying that excitement, that energy. So that's something about Anya that I really like. And I have to imagine that Sandra loves her too as well. But yeah, that makes him the insecure one moving forward. And I hope that he manages to power through that. Because I do hope that they succeed. But at the same time, this is also all very normal. So I don't fault him for it. Giles, I do have to say, Giles is being pushed into this like father role. And I am worried that Giles is going to leave the show, like I said, for a variety of reasons. But that spells doom for Buffy a little bit because Buffy continues to push like responsibilities and stuff to Giles. Because she's like, well, you know, Buffy was always being taken care of by Joyce. Joyce is no longer here. Okay. Buffy's the one that has to do all of this shit. But now Buffy is like, well, I don't want to do it. So Giles do it. You know, Giles is always around. You know, I can always rely on Giles. I trust him. He's my dad now. So yeah, Giles, you do it. You can do it, right? You know how to do it. You know how to talk to Dawn or whatever. And the thing is that like Giles can do it. And I don't know if he's going to say no necessarily. Sometimes he will, but sometimes he won't. Right? Like there was a moment where like Buffy asked Giles, like, Giles, what do we do about Dawn? She wants to go out. And it's like, that's not really up to me. Like, that's true. Why would it be up to him? But then when Dawn gets in trouble, Giles is the one that like kind of mobilizes everyone in order to like devise a plan in how to save Dawn. And it succeeds actually because he moved everywhere where everyone where they needed to be. Then they arrived in time in order to save Dawn. So that worked out. He went out there by himself and fucking killed a vampire by himself just by fist fighting him because he cares that much. And then at the end, he's having that conversation with Al. Like he's someone that clearly is fitting into the role, but he does it out of his kindness for these people that he clearly cares about, not because this is any of his fucking business. And I feel like Buffy's gonna have, like, maybe that's it. Maybe Giles is not gonna die. Maybe Giles is gonna look at Buffy and she's gonna be like, I'm gonna go. And the reason why I'm leaving is because you need to learn how to be an adult by yourself. Because you're relying too much on me and you're gonna continue to rely on me unless I give you no option but to do so. Like, I am gonna go. And you have to deal with whatever you have to deal with. I've given you the money. I've given you the financial like stability I can. I'll give you anything I can to help you out because I care about you. But you need to find like your independence. So maybe he's gonna have that dad move of like, you know, you figure this shit out by yourself because you have to. I'm gonna make it as easy as I possibly can for you, but I'm gonna go. And you have to deal with this by yourself. I don't know if I would say that he would do that. Maybe he would. But, like, I don't know. That sounds a little mean to me. It does sound a little mean to me. Because, like, ultimately, this is, like, she just lost her mom, like, not even a year ago. She's, like, kind of still, she was dead not even like a month ago, or maybe a couple months ago. But yeah, like Buffy's dealing with a lot, and I feel like maybe that's the reason why Giles is staying and entertaining Buffy and being like, okay, I'll take care of Dawn and whatever. Maybe he's not doing so because he wants to. He's doing so just out of his kindness for wanting to make Buffy's life a little easier. But maybe he's gonna give her an ultimatum. Not even an ultimatum, just a warning, which is going to be like, I'm going to leave in like 2 months because I need you to become independent by yourself and because I want to live my own life. So that is I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to tell you right now because I don't want to drop that on you immediately. I'm giving you a buffer time where I'm going to stick around and I'm going to help out, but you need to find your own like groove, so you don't rely on me as much. Maybe that'll happen. I don't know. That would make kind of sense to me. I am very worried about Willow, and I feel like if I was Giles, I would also be very worried about Willow. I think he is, but I feel like I wouldn't want to leave until that is sorted out somehow. So that's something I'm concerned about. Willow is just my number one concern right now. Okay, I think that's it for this episode. I don't know what else to say. Just Halloween shenanigans, some stuff with boys and vampires and whatnot. I'm so glad that old guy wasn't evil, and I'm so glad that I was able to tell that within like 30 seconds. I'm like, that guy's not evil. He's just in his kitchen. He just bought groceries. He had like bread in there. Like, it was so like, yeah, this is just because like they also did this thing where like they were setting up this old man to be like a creepy old man that lives alone. Oh, and he has this creepy toys and something happened in his past. And it's like, no, this is just a poor old man whose life didn't work out exactly the way he wanted necessarily, but hey, he has his special interests. He likes making stuff and he likes making children happy, so he's like invites kids over and is like, hey, here's some food or whatever. Oh, here's some toys for you, because like maybe that's something that genuinely made him happy. And I understand that there was like a creepy undertone to that if it goes in that direction, but there was no indication that was the case. Or maybe it was. I don't know. Like, we don't know anything about that old man. So we have no idea if he was bad or if he was good in any way. But he wasn't. Like, he was just an old man that lived by himself. And it's just like, yeah, man, I used to make toys. And I can't anymore, We can think further about him, but we probably shouldn't because it's not a real character that mattered. That's it for this episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you guys next time. Bye-bye. And alright everyone, thank you so much for tuning in for this episode reaction to Buffy the Vampire Slayer. If you would like to watch the next 2 episode reactions, full-length reactions, and range of watch-alongs, you can do so over at the Patreon. Check out the link in the description below, pop up on the screen, support the channel, all sorts of cool stuff. See you guys next time. Take care everybody. Bye-bye.